Hey guys, Crew of Blind Wave, I'm Eric.
Aaron.
I'm Calvin.
And we are back with Westworld.
Oh.
Guys, last time on Westworld, what happened?
It was robots, and they killed people.
Yep, that's about it. We had a poll last time, and the poll was, which host do you think is in Charlotte Hale's body?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it, I fucked this poll up. Damn it.
I know it.
How'd you do it?
All right, so 15% said Teddy, 20% said Peter Abernathy, and 64% said Clementine. I forgot to put someone else, which is probably the most important part of the poll.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The stay-at-home order,
wait a minute.
guys.
Those were all the options.
No, there was
then
another
someone
option
else.
more important.
Damn it, Eric. All right. Well, maybe down in the comments.
Yeah, most people were saying, like, I don't think it's any of these. Wish I could put something else. Ryan says Teddy was uploaded to the Valley Beyond, and the original Peter had 35 years of data in his core, and there wasn't much left of his personality. So he's saying no to those two. Brock says, I voted for Clementine, but I think it's actually Angela who, quote-unquote, blew herself up with the backup files in Season 2. She is the oldest next to Dolores, which is why she knows her the best.
Okay.
Interesting. That makes sense.
Joel says, at first I thought it was Teddy, but after thinking about it, I doubt it. I'm going to throw a wild card and guess it's the dragon tattoo lady.
Hey, we mentioned her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Armistice, I think was her name.
Armistice?
Something like that.
Right.
For someone who causes so much war, that's a very ironic name.
Isn't ironic? No. Selma says Clementine was deactivated and her brains turned to mush. So I don't believe it could be her.
Well, that means nothing.
Teddy made it to the Sublime, and after everything he's been through, I don't think it's a good arc to bring him back. I don't know who it could be, honestly.
That means something. I like that. That makes sense.
All right, we will end with Diego, who has a really interesting theory. I think it's another Dolores in Charlotte's body. The episode hints heavily at when Dolores says, no one knows you like I do, and when Dolores is wearing all black, Charlotte is wearing all white. In the hotel room, when they are in the fetal position, the shot is presented to the viewers from the top, giving the impression of a yin and yang symbol. Two complementary principles. When Charlotte is killing the guy, she's remember what it's like to be Wyatt. So that's a really interesting theory, that it's just another version of Dolores.
Now the two of
like Dolores is like the older, more experienced one, and the other one is just like a backup.
Yeah, maybe like
before
a copy
she had all these experiences and stuff.
Yeah, but one that might. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
I think that's what it could be. That's an interesting concept. I do like that
Yeah.
one over all the other ones. I think.
Was it always the same one that they took out into the real world? Because remember there was some flashback things last season where like Dolores was taken out to like parties and stuff. For like
I believe so.
I wonder if it was always the same one, or if they ever had like two of them, where like this is like the recreational one.
Yeah, I imagine. I imagine that if it's a thing, it's that Dolores has uploaded herself over another host, maybe, I don't know, and put herself in a different pearl. I don't know, but we'll have to decide and figure out as we go. This is going to be the next episode, season 3, episode 4 of Westworld. Let's get started. Jazz hands.
Damn it. No, we clap.
Jazz hands.
Clap.
You're not real either.
Oh!
Real enough to not want a gun pointed at my face.
Jesus.
Are you with me now? Come back, William. Back to who you were.
Who you were. And then she said last episode, I'm remembering who I was.
I like this.
That's fucking awesome.
It's like a mirror that you can see what you look like.
My style.
It's like Sims when you just select which outfit you want to wear.
Are you still working at Anderson Private Equity?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am.
Perfect.
What?
Okay.
What the fuck are you doing? Jesus.
The music
Why?
is so
Yeah.
good in this show now. I mean, it's always been good, but it's especially good now. Because it still has that theme. Wah, 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 wah. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. I like this part.
I like being remote. You guys can't fuck
Hell.
with me while this shit's going on. Is it done?
I never fuck with you.
You fuck with me.
It's not over, Aaron.
And
Whose bike is that?
I am the prophet.
Yes, it's not over yet.
The music stopped. Huh? What's this? Oh my goodness.
Oh, fuck.
It exists now only in my mind.
Wait, was that Paris?
Think so.
Jesus.
Sadly, there's no path to your kind of mind sharing a world.
See, the way he said that makes me think maybe he is more of an AI. Because he said there's no world where you and I share.
Did the waiter ever interact with him?
I never see him interact with anybody. I never see anyone touch him, talk to him.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to have this theory and then it infects all the scenes. It turns out not to be true, you know?
I'm showing him what becomes of his family. If he helps us,
Damn.
and if he doesn't.
So he's just showing what the future looks like depending on which actions he chooses. It's not even like him threatening.
No, it's
Which is
just
better then, too, because then it's like, oh, I can trust you because you're not the one hurting them if I don't help you. Right?
Well, that's what he wants you to think, and it's all I don't know.
No!
He was a traitor to his kind.
You do this the old-fashioned way.
Hands up, everyone freeze!
I kill everyone.
I kill everyone. Smile.
yeah.
She's gonna shoot it. Ah! Oh! What are they doing? What are they digging in?
Why?
What are they-
Why?
Oh, wait. Okay, we cut to something else.
Yeah. Jeez. Ooh, yummy.
Ah, those noodles.
I need more help now.
Oh. She's screwing with the electronics of everything.
All sex is commerce. If you don't know that, you're just being billed indirectly. Besides, they're all registered.
Yeah, I think it's just a sex place.
You have sex and money goes to charity? So that's what this is? That's why they're wearing nothing. So you just bid to have sex?
Man, I need to get into philanthropy.
Liam Dempsey.
Oh! Okay, never mind. Nothing's happening.
Let go of me. Enter diagnostic mode.
Fucking everyone's here.
How many times has he turned her on and off?
Tunnels. Tunnels.
Oh, no!
Get out of here. Hold her off.
Ah, Stubbs, no.
It's nothing personal. Likewise.
Oh, here we go. Ooh, I hope it's...
Hope it's better than that X
X
fight. Yeah, this fight is
He
real
only has
good.
one arm. Damn.
Aaron, you're in perfect time with me because you're putting emphasis when the strikes happen.
No!
Daggone it!
It has an auto aim.
I'm afraid you don't speak its language.
Oh no!
He's gonna break his wrist.
I thought it was going to.
Oh, I thought it was going to as well.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna fall. They're all shooting each other.
They have fucking auto assist on. That's
They
crazy.
have aimbot.
Ah, he's got a
Shut up. Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Well, she got this experience last season.
Suppose I'll show myself in then.
That woman back there is just like, oh, should I run? Do I run?
Wait.
Just smoking a cigarette here. Oh, gunfire! Gunfire!
Oh, she's gonna steal those.
Nah, gotta stop using these guns, guys. This gives reasons to have to do sword fighting. Oh! Okay, I thought she was gonna cut off his hand.
Oh,
Oh no!
drink it.
Sake.
Dude, it's like whenever they're made.
It's the
Wait,
white
no,
stuff.
that's not. That's the stuff that makes them.
Yeah. That's why.
I don't know if you guys saw who was in there. It's Japanese Hector. Tsujio.
Hello.
He's one of the hosts, probably.
Does that mean you can't trust him then?
Well, she can't.
Why?
Connors, fuck took you so long?
Oh, no!
Who would she have trusted?
I don't know. Who would she have trusted? No, we're showing
Dang
all the
it.
fake people.
She only would have trusted herself.
Do you think you can
Just there are 5 Dolores, is that what you're saying?
You think they could
could
be
all
all
be.
Dolores's because Musashi was wearing his jacket the same way she was.
You've been spying on me.
As a precaution. I didn't really need to, of course. Because I know you.
Oh shit. They are.
All Dolores.
They're all Dolores.
They are. It makes perfect
Yeah.
sense.
Saying that you think you chose to kill your own daughter. You don't even have a choice in your own grief.
Who the fuck are you?
Your oldest friend.
Fuck.
Oh.
Dolores.
Oh shit.
I told you you'd try and stop me.
Oh shit.
That's great.
We are Dolores.
Damn it! No, don't take
There's
the button.
You don't recognize your only friend?
The way she's speaking through him, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
They all have the same like cadence
I
and
can hear it.
everything.
You just made copies of yourself.
If you want something done right, do it yourself.
Oh, it's so cool.
I shouldn't have to explain that to you, May.
Ah, they're all Dolores's.
I can't let Sarah accuse you against us.
Oh, Maeve!
Oh shit.
Oh my gosh, this is great. Wish it didn't cut so much.
Yeah, dude. This actor is one of the world's greatest living swordsmen.
You can tell by the way he moves, like he's leading.
No!
This isn't Charlotte Hill. It's an imposter, a host. She's not real. None of this is real.
Damn.
That's gotta be so frustrating.
You work for me.
William, I told you. These aren't Delos employees. They work at a private mental health hospital.
Oh my god, it's been a trick this whole time. She's sending them away.
Now that you're being committed, I have to inform you that the board will deem you incompetent, and all of your voting shares will transfer to the current acting president.
Which is
Me.
No.
No! They're gonna
Ah,
reject him.
dang it! They got him with a non-stim.
Baron
Yes,
Baron.
I love. Oh,
Oh god! What? Why? What's that? Where'd that come from? Was that in
I
her
don't know
finger?
what that was.
yeah, it was in her finger.
Yeah.
What did it?
I'm with her.
The music is so good.
Yeah.
Hello, Liver.
He's got such a great face.
Fucking hashtag I'm with her.
Yeah, man, she got all his money and he didn't get to have sex.
佐藤さん、釈迦持ちの奴らが表にこれ以上守りきれません。早く逃げてください。
That's the
Yeah.
Rock people.
つけてきたか。よし、行くぞ。急げ。
Okay, they can save her then.
Yeah,
I mean, she's a host. As long as her core is still there.
Look at that.
that's what he was gonna do. He was gonna cut her head open and take her core. Didn't have time. Dang.
The man in black, huh?
White.
And
With a gray,
that-
weird fucking glove.
glove.
I don't like it
I
nearly as
hate
much.
that glove. That black suit with the black leather glove was great. I love
Yeah,
that
I'd
so
rather
much.
just fucking-
I guess you've reached the center of your maze.
Me.
Welcome to the end of the game.
What?
Jesus.
Ugh.
That wasn't an answer.
Jesus.
And she was in his head anyway.
Serves you right. Damn.
That's why he was doing all that shit in Westworld, right? To get to the end of the game
Man.
for the hosts.
All right, so this episode,
That's
guys.
a great reveal.
Damn. I know I say that after every episode, but I didn't consider
Like,
that they were just all Dolores.
Until I thought about it,
Yeah.
I didn't think about it because I didn't think it would be possible to make copies.
Yeah.
But it makes perfect sense. It's surprisingly obvious. I mean, we kept pondering like, who does she trust? Yeah, she trusts Teddy, but like in the end, he betrayed her. She might like try to reprogram other host pearls, but they might also betray her. Who does she trust the most?
Yeah.
And it would have to be herself.
And I love how the writers are playing us because they were like,
Yeah.
Clementine, Teddy,
Yeah.
your daughter, and you're like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. But it's even if I didn't like it, which I do like it, but even if I didn't, it would all be worth it to have that actor back that's playing the Japanese Hector, Musashi, who is I've made no secret how much I love that actor,
Yeah,
but
me
I'm
too.
so happy he's back in it, man. His name is Hiroyuka Sanada is his name. Most people will probably right now recognize him from Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
He's fighting Ronan,
He is that guy
Hawkeye.
too, isn't he?
He's amazing in The Last Samurai. If you haven't seen The Last Samurai,
I'm not.
he is a legit classically trained swordsman with the katana. So whenever you're seeing him do stuff, and granted, yes, I agree, there were a lot of cuts in that thing, but
Yeah.
that's just the nature of Western cinema at this point.
Yeah,
So.
I also think it's a little bit more towards. I don't know how good the actress, that plays Maeve is in that kind of
True.
stuff either. So
Yeah.
even if he can handle it, it doesn't mean necessarily that she could. So
Yeah, it's weird. Like you can almost tell how good somebody is with the weapon they're using by just looking at their hand placement. Because she is a little low when she's using her sword, and he has it right at the center of balance. It's crazy that you can recognize that, but I almost always pick up on that. I'm like, no, you shouldn't hold it like that, Mark Hamill. When he holds his lightsaber really far down.
So
Anyway,
with everyone being Dolores, I think the only question with that stuff that we still have is we're missing a body still, right?
Yeah, that means we're missing one host.
Because
body,
if Charlotte came back with the cores and they built Dolores,
yeah,
right. So we have Dolores as one. So there's Dolores and Charlotte, and then there's Bernard.
Yep.
And then there is Sato and
Connells,
whatever the bodyguardy dude is. Yeah. So I think I'm missing one more that I don't think we know who. It is.
I think we are missing one more. I loved that all these kind of storylines came together at that sex party place. But just seeing like Bernard and him show up, and I was like, "Hey, this is awesome, man! Finally, a little like connection between all these guys."
Do you think Stubbs is dead? I imagine
nobody
just saw him go off a balcony.
It's especially true for a host.
For hosts.
Well, yeah, because I imagine Maeve will get found by Sirach and come back somehow. I mean, he made a body for her to begin with because all he had was a core.
I guess. Right? Oh man, wouldn't it be some massive fuckery if somehow she switched a copy, like a duplicate core of herself with Maeve, and gave that copy of herself like the same intellect and everything, so that she could hack just to fuck with Sirach?
That would be
like
crazy.
Even more so than 5 copies of herself.
Maybe.
I don't know how that's possible.
I mean, honestly, maybe she's keeping one of the pearls as like a backup just in case. Maybe she was gonna do that to Maeve. I don't know. The William stuff, we talked a lot about William last episode, and we were like, wait, what was happening with him? There was an after credit scene last season that took place far in the future where he was a host. But in terms of the current one now, his hand did blow up because Dolores put a piece of metal in his gun. Yeah. And then, I mean, he's committed now. So I love Ed Harris.
I feel
would
like
always want to have Ed Harris in this show.
Like so much of the connective tissue for me, is Ed Harris.
I mean, if this was just his fate, that would suck. But I kind of hope this is more of like a putting him on the shelf thing, and then we take him off
to get him back at later time.
Yeah.
Because I also I love him struggling with the idea of if he's like a host or not.
Me too.
Like I like that, but if that Dolores right there would have been like, yes, you are, I still wouldn't be like, oh man, he's a host now, because I feel like there's something in his head that's also broken. So I don't know that I could trust that because it's his daughter, this fake Dolores, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm glad that she said like, welcome to the end game thing.
Yeah, that was amazing. The show is so well written.
So now that so now that he's
did anybody else
isolation, would Dolores attempt to get him out or replace him? I feel like as far as taking over the world, since he doesn't have his shares and stuff like that anymore, it wouldn't be conducive to her plans, but I just want him out.
I mean, Bernard said later in the episode where he's like, you kept him alive because you needed him for something, maybe you can apply that to William as well. Like maybe because he's committed something with the shares go to the acting president and not to like inheritance or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And she was
his
his
daughter's dead,
only child, right? Am I remembering that right?
I believe so.
Well,
Yeah,
see, when she was in the bathroom after he got out of the tub, she mentioned like, yeah, I'm not here, Mom's not here, someone else, and Grandpa. What was that other name? Was that his brother-in-law?
Yeah.
Logan. Yeah, okay.
Logan.
I missed that name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the guy that was in Punisher, Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. I mean, most of my notes are trying to figure out like who all the hosts and stuff were, but then it was answered with Dolores. So I don't have much other than like I just once again the music of the show is like perfect because it's taking themes that we used to hear in Westworld with the Westworld theme, and now it has this like punk rock or punk synth to it, where it's like it's playing the same theme just in a different way, and it feels so different, but it's perfect. So
yeah,
I once again have to say how good
also
it is.
Another crazy theory.
No,
anyway,
music's always good.
Bernard
yeah.
is actually just like another version of Dolores with more like empathy.
Well, there's a reason she released Bernard, and they were expecting him to show up to help Liam. They just said it showed up sooner than they were expecting. But there's some reason she put him out there, which is also the reason why Bernard's like, I can't trust myself because Dolores remade him, So there's why did she remake him, and what purpose is she foreseeing for him to be here? Because right now we're rooting on him.
Maybe he's just another moving part of her plan.
Is she going to kill him there?
Maybe. That could be. Maybe it's like he's going to do something that she needs done, but then why not just do that herself? But then I was thinking, too, if you put somebody that's as smart and intelligent as Bernard out there that's looking for you and trying to stop you, trying to avoid him would automatically make you do the actions that's going to avoid everybody else, too.
Like
maybe it's like one of those
he
things,
is acting as her conscience, almost. Like her desire to do good. Yeah. But also, he's like an artificial wall that she has to overcome before she can succeed. So in doing that, like you said, planning for every contingency that he would think of, you're already out planning everything that anyone else would think of.
Then we also had the idea that Serac, I think I was watching right, he grew up in Paris, and then Paris was like destroyed by a nuclear weapon.
Dude. Yeah, that whole thing was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what... Have they talked about more wars or anything?
Not like that.
Not really. Not like that. And you know what? Whenever we saw him, and maybe it was his brother or something, like we saw these little kids in a field, immediately I thought, oh shit, is he like Ford's brother or something? Because there were shots of little Ford dressed like that too, but then it looked a little more contemporary. And then I'm thinking the age difference, like, oh no.
It would be crazy if they were brothers, so. And because of the explosion, like their parents died, and they had to go to like their aunt and in America or something like that, like Ford went to America and started Delos, and he stayed in Europe and started Rehoboam,
Okay, well, I don't have much else. You guys want to jump into some Q&As?
Yeah, let's see what some people thought. Maybe there's some things that they picked up that we didn't. Maybe they know who the fifth body is.
Five Doloreses in one.
Keith says, no question, but Aaron, I felt really bad about all the needle action this episode.
No, you see, I said, I knew it. Yes. I always get fucked with. I'm glad I'm home.
And
quarantined away.
Keith also says, how about another great instrumental cover? This was Wicked Games by The Weeknd.
I'm familiar with The Weeknd,
I'll have to go check that out.
That
song. The song during the song in that Rich Sex Club place was very interesting, so I want to check that out.
Well, probably sounds like a sped up, less orchestral version of that song we heard.
Raj says, William has been a fascinating character to watch, and in this episode, you see how broken he is. How do you think William's story progresses? Based off the last season post-credit scene, we know that he becomes a host eventually. Yeah, I think that he might have something left to offer Dolores, which is why she's keeping him alive, as opposed to just killing him off. Which she's. I don't know. Maybe she wouldn't do that. I don't know. But I don't think his story's done yet. I don't think it's just waiting around until he becomes a host.
So
I think there's something else.
The after credit scene from last season, he was a host?
He was a host, but it was far
Maybe
in the
it's
future.
just like a wax museum kind of thing. But I don't know.
But that version of William wouldn't be this William. At least I don't believe so, unless they recontextualize those scenes. Raj also says, during this season, we have seen Sirach as a quote-unquote god figure, similar to Ford. In Sirach's flashback, we see someone who looks like a young Ford walking with him. In Season 1 scene, we see Ford's host family. You can see his brother, and that kind of looked like Sirach. Could they be brothers? I mean, again, I immediately went to that in my head just because of the white long sleeve shirt and vest, look.
Yeah, just the way
that
looked.
young Ford had. And then I was like, wait, why are we seeing this? Why would they even show this unless it's the Paris is destroyed?
Yeah, see, they showed that one too, so it kind of
I was like, oh, that's why we saw it. Okay,
but
so
if you only saw the first one, you're like, well, that's got to be something. What is it? But maybe it's just
I mean,
for that. But
we can just keep watching, and maybe we'll see more clues if that's something. But as of right now, I would put that as a fringe theory until we get more evidence, I would say. Sonny says, I think Dolores put the key to the forge inside Bernard and is leading Sirach on a wild goose chase. Otherwise, there's no point in her keeping Bernard around when he is actively working against her. That's interesting. What if he puts it in Bernard and then spends all this time getting chased and Bernard is keeping it safe? I don't know. Maybe not. But I do agree that there needs to be a compelling reason why she let Bernard out doing what he's doing in the first place, unless we're just meant to think that she thought he would join and then didn't.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about it a little bit earlier, too. I don't know what reason she has, but she's been planning so much stuff down to, the letter, it feels like, that, she has a reason she brought him back. It's just a matter of what's it for. So
this is interesting. Sonny shared a couple pictures, and this is from the date announcement trailer for Westworld Season 3 when they announced what the dates were going to be. And in the trailer, there is a similar shot with the, that world map they do where they show, just pretty much an ink blot circle and then somewhere on Earth.
Okay.
So in this trailer, it says Divergence, Paris, thermonuclear incident, 10/9/25. So this trailer has a thing saying that there was a thermonuclear incident in Paris. And they also call it a divergence.
Maybe a terrorist attack or a world war or something like that.
Yeah.
In 5 years.
Yeah. There's also another shot that says system initiated undisclosed location Solomon build .006. Which I talked last week about how the Rehoboam or whatever it's called, that name is actually the name of the son of King Solomon. So
Gen
what
1.
if Solomon is another version, and this is the second version? Charles B says, man, Dolores has such a badass team on her side, and they're all Dolores. Plus, she has my boy Aaron Paul. I'm definitely Team Dolores. One thing I really appreciate, especially, which I can never remember his name,
his
but
real
the Scottish actor with the scar on his face, he had the cadence. He had the cadence of Dolores when he gave his lines. It went through his accent and everything. Maybe not the other guy, the Japanese guy. It didn't sound as much, but his accent did go away a little bit. It kind of wasn't as heavy.
Yeah.
So, but I appreciated, and Charlotte, I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, especially that scene with the pedophile last episode, I can definitely see a Dolores leaking through there.
Yeah.
Maybe more of the Wyatt version.
Yeah. Yeah, the Wyatt thing, I like that as an idea of her remembering who she is, and it's the killing thing. But I mean, does that mean that's also deep down inside our all Doloreses, or is there a way of them to be different? Because we've seen Dolores, a few different sides of Dolores. I feel like we've seen the Wyatt one, we saw the one that Teddy fell in love with. We see what she is now. I don't know.
Nick the Champ says, do you think it's ethically right for Sirach to do what he's doing if it means avoiding nuclear war? It really reminds me of the Patriots from Metal Gear Solid 2. A little bit. If that's in fact what he's doing there.
He's just trying to avoid more catastrophes like Paris.
Like Paris, yeah. That could be. I mean, that's interesting.
I mean,
so I don't know. I mean, if you're messing with people's
that
free
is
will,
inevitably
I mean,
going to cause strife. I feel like that's just.
it's one of those things where like we have laws, like this is what you can do, this is what you can't do, but we don't necessarily say like this is only what you can do. You know?
I don't know. I mean, I was kind of for Sirach until the point of him killing the one dude.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, oh man, I like this. He's showing them like, look, I'm not a bad guy. This is, two possible futures that we're looking at of you helping and not helping and where we can be going.
Yeah.
And he's trying to prove that he wants to do good, but then he killed him. And I'm like, and like his response, I guess, too, of why he killed him. I don't know. It just didn't.
Yeah.
I was with him until then, and I'm like, well, maybe this guy's not such a good guy.
Yeah, you're like, oh, he's a bad guy? I was like, yeah!
But I do like the idea, like, could we have Sirach maybe find Ed Harris, William?
Yeah.
And he has to help him, I don't know, lose his company. He has to help him do that in order to stop Dolores.
We will end with Cleopatra, who says, Evan Rachel Wood is actually a black belt in Taekwondo. When the stunt coordinator find out, they added more kicks into her fight scene. Or fight scenes. So that's interesting. Yeah, you need to put that on your resume.
That's kind of a big deal.
Because that's
No.
I mean, being able to show, and I certainly can't do it, but to be able to like look like you know what you're doing with a kick, especially in shows like this, it's very impressive if you can do that.
Yeah, and the fight, between her and Stubbs wasn't too bad, especially with him just having one arm,
Yeah.
So I love when they can let it breathe and let us see the fight instead of cutting so much.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we get a little bit more of that, but that's much more of the Western style of fights, I feel like. So
At the very least, that style of editing, because you can practice and practice and practice and have it looking great. But if you have a director that's coming in and being like, all right, let's get coverage and we'll do it in the edit bay, that's you can take some great choreography and just rob it of tension and stuff like that with all those cuts. So
rather than choreographing your camera into being into points so that you have, one camera can get you a great fight.
Yeah, I mean that's why directors like John Woo and Jackie Chan, like, yeah, you have the directors, but whenever it comes to the fight scenes, your stunt coordinator actually becomes the director.
Yeah.
And tells you, no, you shoot from this angle, you swing around here, you make sure you get this shot, and then the next one we start 2 moves ahead so that we can be seamless and all that stuff. So anyway, all right, well, that is the last Q&A, guys. Thank you very much for joining in, and as this series keeps going, you can keep using hashtag Westworld Q&A over at Twitter to put in your questions, your comments, your theories, and your references and all that stuff. So we need a poll for this episode, fellas. Okay, guys, so poll this week, we're going to be talking about Sirach, and some of us got like a feeling of, wait, could he have something to do with Ford? We don't know, but the poll is going to be, do you think Sirach has any relation to Ford? Either yes, he does, or no, he doesn't, or maybe a third option is it doesn't matter, he's a simulation. I don't know.
Could be.
He could be. So over at patreon.com/blindwave, you can vote in that poll, comment, and we'll talk about it next time. The only other thing I had, guys, was that one scene whenever they're trying on clothes and there was like a button you could press and you could actually see in the mirror of trying the clothes on.
That's so cool.
That was really cool. But just yesterday, I was on Amazon looking for stools for my kitchen, and there's a thing that you can press. It'll bring up the stool like in your phone, so you can like press a button, and the stool in 3-dimensional tracking space is in my kitchen, and I can walk around and see if I like it. It was really cool, and it kind of reminded me of that a little bit.
Interesting. How did it look with your fridge?
Yeah.
How did it look in your fridge?
It looked great. Fantastic. I haven't tried yet, but that will be the next vlog. Maybe. No,
next time.
All right, guys, I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Jazz hands.
No, I'm waving.
Jazz hands is just a faster wave, Aaron.
Thank you for watching Westworld with us, guys. We will be back next week. More episodes. In fact, pretty much every day with more episodes. Everything we do. Check it out. Also, live stream Thursday, 24-hour stream. Check it out. Twitch.tv/blindwave.